Okay. Jesus fucking Christ. I'm asking for Tom for a drink, and he won't get me a drink. I'm going to go get a drink.
Go get a drink.
Oh, he's leaving us.
I know. We'll do the show without him.
Okay, great.
Hi.
Hi.
Paula. You're the host right now.
I'm not the host right now.
Sure you are.
You're the heavenly host.
I'm the
Heavenly
host. Greg, go.
Hey, did you get that glass?
Here we go. This will be fun. I haven't drank in a while.
Yeah, like 35 years.
It's just wine. What's
I
the
know.
big deal?
Last time I saw this, it was what's his name?
All right.
What?
Anyways, tonight
Days of Wine and Roses.
Tonight on Frontline, we examine the culture of capitalism. Richard, how do you define the culture of capitalism, first of all?
Well, I'd like to say that we live in a system of ideas. Now, have any of you people noticed that when you leave the house?
No.
System of ideas?
Yep.
No. I've never noticed a system of ideas.
No, I've noticed a lot of bad drivers and so
Well,
forth.
look around in this room,
Yeah.
and everything you see started with an idea.
Well, everything that's been created by man has started out as an idea.
Well, the trees in my backyard, I planted them there. They started out as my idea.
But didn't they really come from God?
Oh, I don't know.
Those Those trees came from God.
You
did they?
you put them there.
I put them there.
You planned that, but the tree itself did not.
It came about as a result of an idea.
Right, but
I don't think it's anything to do with the culture of capitalism. So
but
far.
your idea,
I'm laying the ground here.
Good point.
yeah.
Oh, groundwork.
Your idea, it created the tree in that spot, but not the tree.
Well, I would say ideas influence the world that we see.
Okay.
See? Okay. So in other words, ideas are very, very critical
To who?
to all of us because we live in a network of ideas.
Oh, it's a system of complex ideas that we all find outside when we go outside.
There, it's in here right now.
Inside, too. Outside and inside.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about when you sleep? Are the ideas flowing then?
Well, probably symbolically in your dreams.
Symbolically, yeah. But basically, when you're awake, there's ideas all around us, and we can't get away from them. There's a system of ideas, correct?
Correct.
But what does that have to do with the capitalism thing?
Well, that's what capitalism is. It's
an
the
idea.
system of ideas that we live in.
But the tree is not a capitalism thing, is it?
Well, the fact I wanted to point out to you that the tree arose from an idea.
Yeah.
See?
But anyways, what the hell is the culture of capitalism? I still haven't found that out yet.
Okay, it's the system of ideas that we live in.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
And I want to talk about the fundamental idea that is at the heart of all capitalism.
And what is that?
That your self-interest
Right.
is the number one important thing in your life.
And you're often like that. I remember you telling me that story recently about you with your girlfriend years ago, and she wanted you to go do some bullshit Thanksgiving dinner with her parents, and you said, I got my own thing going on, baby, my own self-interest. You do your. You do. Oh, no, you didn't say baby, but you said you go do your thing. I have my own self-interest to think about. You have your self-interest, which is going to your mother's house. I have my self-interest. That was an example in your life, the self-interest thing coming up.
So yeah, well, that is an example of self-interest.
Yeah. So you've had a lot of that. Well, because you're. Okay, I'm sorry.
You're sorry.
No, I'm putting the camera on you.
Oh, all right. But self-interest also includes reacting and doing things for the people who you're involved with.
That's called enlightened self-interest.
That's enlightened self-interest, Michael. Don't you know the difference?
No, I don't.
Well, Richard,
because isn't it in your best interest to
no,
to
not. Good try though.
I wish I had scripted this before we started.
You'd be great if you had a script.
You're in a relationship.
If you had a
with
script,
somebody.
you'd be great.
You're in a
Michael.
relationship with somebody, and you don't think that telling them I have my own interests to take care of. You need to go to your own Thanksgiving thing yourself because that doesn't do anything for me. That's not enhancing your relationship with that person.
Yes,
and
it
then,
is.
And
Somebody's got
therefore,
a cell
It is
phone.
because
therefore-
it's telling the truth. That's why it's enhancing it.
Well, yeah, but-
Richard
but
was being
it's-
honest with her. He was saying, we were being honest with that girlfriend, right? By saying, hey, I have my own self-interest. You have your own self-interest. That was honesty. It helps the relationship when you're honest, right?
Well, is the main goal, what's higher, your self-interest or preserving the relationship?
I think my self-interest would be in preserving the relationship if it was pleasing to me.
Right. But what if she wanted you to go to Thanksgiving dinner and you didn't want to
Yeah,
go?
there's a difference between just doing whatever. I mean, people have different needs. I would never force Greg to go to my daughter's house.
I have the
for
same
Thanksgiving.
needs as you, Paula. Completely.
I would never, because it would be something. I mean, and I don't need him there. It doesn't enhance the experience to
Plus,
have
your
him
daughter
there.
doesn't know my name yet, so it would be kind of counterproductive.
she knows
She thinks
your
of me
name.
as chump.
No, but we talked about that before we got married. Is that we don't need
Yeah, I said your
we
daughter
don't
thinks I'm a
need to
chump.
do the same things all the time because
No, that's for wimps, right?
because it doesn't make any sense in our relationship. So,
But I'm a doormat. Don't you find me to be a doormat?
to force him to do that or to even suggest it. I know if it was important to me and I said to him, it's really important that you do this, he would do it.
But why would it be, though?
But why would it be? Exactly.
Well, I get the impression that what we were talking about was a holiday event,
Yeah, a
Thanksgiving thing.
yeah.
So it's not an everyday thing.
Right.
It's like
But-
this is a once
But Richard's
or
only got a
twice
few. He's only
year.
got a few days in his life. And
But-
that would
yeah,
be
but why
he'd be
would-
throwing? You know, how people say, "I saw this shitty movie. I can't get those 3 hours back." Richard, in my opinion, if I was in Richard's shoes, I would be saying, "I can't get that 5 hours back of that boring fucking Thanksgiving dinner when I can be doing something good."
And
you know?
but the thing is, and it's with the. Why would it be so important for
That's
a
not.
person to have that extra person with them? If I wanted to do something, why would I need to make him do it with me as well? I mean, I don't see. I guess that's a disconnect for me.
I think if it's a situation where you know the other person is going to be uncomfortable for a particular reason, then that's a magnanimous position to take. Is I'm not going to subject this person to being uncomfortable.
Or it could be the doormat
or-
position, like when I do it. I'm a doormat.
Yeah, well,
Not always just magnanimous.
But
It's
no,
doormat too.
but when two people are in a relationship, they're going to have differences of certain. I don't particularly like going any place for holidays. I do it to make my daughter happy. It enhances her
name?
life. My daughter Renee.
Renee, okay.
But
Could
I don't
remember.
need because I mean I just go to make her happy. But
There's no need to make me miserable.
there's
to make
no
her,
reason to drag him along.
Well, also because
just
she
to share
doesn't
my-
care if I go there
Well,
anyway.
Now
so it
this is
doesn't matter.
This is interesting though because you go to make your daughter happy, but why wouldn't Greg go to make you
because
happy?
it wouldn't necessarily make me
Yeah.
happy.
Because she doesn't think it would make her happy.
It wouldn't make me happy to have him there, knowing that he wouldn't be happy
She
being
knows
there.
that I want to have fun.
Miserable bastard.
Now, taking it further, does Renee
Don't take it
feel
further,
as though
please, no.
Greg not being there?
No, she doesn't care.
She doesn't care. She doesn't even know your name.
No, I'm chump. I'm a chump. Now, Richard, back to you on the. We should get back to the culture of
Capitalism.
capitalism here. We have a topic. What is self-interest? We were doing something about self-interest going into the culture of capitalism.
Yes.
All right.
Okay. So you're taught from a little kid
Right.
to pursue your self-interest.
Right.
All right.
You are. Yeah.
Non-enlightened self-interest.
No, not
Just
enlightened.
pursue your
Unenlightened
self-interest.
self-interest. Yeah.
All right. So
Yeah.
little kids watching cartoons.
Yeah.
What do you want? What do you? This is what. Oh, another thing too about this whole system of ideas that
Yeah.
we live in, is it teaches you from an early age what it is that you want. See,
And did that teach you what you wanted?
it teaches everybody
the society,
what they want,
including you.
including me.
And what did it teach you that you wanted?
A product.
And that's why you have products in your house. Then.
Well, it means that when Christmas time or my birthday would run around, I'd have a list of the products I wanted.
And when did that stop?
When I started seeing alternatives to the system of thought.
No, I mean what age?
That's a good one.
Did you do the Christmas birthday thing? Give me presents to your 40s, 50s, or what?
was
Or
last
it
year.
Young?
No, I would say until I was about 18.
Oh, so when you were a teenager, you said, "Wait a minute, I don't need to have presents on my birthday, presents on Christmas."
To enhance my life, yeah.
Is there any chance? I was
That's
thinking.
right.
Is there any chance to enhance your life? You don't need to have them to enhance your life. Do you know why? Because there's no hole in your life that you need enhancing with. There's no hole.
I think that's true of everybody.
Yeah, people think there's a hole. They want to enhance their life because there's a hole, but there's no hole. Your whole life is already full by being alive.
Right.
What do you mean there's no hole?
I'm saying, do you think there's a hole in your life?
I think there's a hole in everybody's life.
Because Richard, I think you agree with me, there's no hole in anyone's life.
I agree.
Yeah, we think there's no hole. We think, and Paula thinks there's no hole. So now you got to see, Ken, do you think there's a hole in people's lives at all, ever?
Yeah.
So you guys, you two on this camera, think there's a hole in your fucking lives. These two say no, and I say no, because for the fullness of being alive 24/7 while you're alive till you kick the bucket, that's full. By definition, you got 100% experience all the time by being alive. Whether you live 12 seconds or 100 years, you got a full 100%. You can't go past that. There's no hole. You're not at like 98%. No, you're at full capacity all the time. It doesn't matter if you're lollygagging through it. It doesn't matter if you're tired. You're getting full capacity life. You can't turn it off unless you commit suicide. Therefore, you get a full life. Therefore, there's no emptiness.
That's bullshit.
What did you say? What was that? I missed it.
It's bullshit.
So you think there's what would be
raw
a,
bullshit.
Okay, explain your hole.
explain your hole then? Yeah,
All right, the vagina in my
no,
life.
explain your hole.
All right.
Don't make any cute little comments.
Oh,
you
don't
fuck.
make any. So what you have me on the show for, to make cute comments?
No, I don't. I
That's
have
the
you there
only
for
reason-
serious discussion. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. As Descartes once said, I stink, therefore I am.
Okay, if you're not going to be serious.
No, I'm
back
going to
to
be serious. Put me back on the camera. Put me
back to Richard. Okay. Anyways, where are you going with that? Okay, so and one of the things is you have the self-interest saying, I want this, I want that, and you were saying, I want presents when you were up to 18, and then you gave it up.
Now, what is not taught in the culture of capitalism
Right.
is altruism.
No.
That's something you have to discover on your own.
They don't want you to do that because they want you to buy,
Right.
not give your money to help people.
But that's how our society works.
Because if you give cash to help someone,
Well, even
then you're taking money away from Walmart.
But even
Right.
with the things like the reason they give us tax breaks is not so we can save money in case something happens.
No.
It's so we can buy more stuff to
Right.
generate our economy.
Why do you think George Paula said, listen, to fight the terrorists, I want everyone to go to the malls and buy stuff. And
I
keep
thought you
America
meant our
humming."
cat.
George?
He can't talk. You know that.
Well, I was wondering where
But
you were
anyways,
going
George
with
said,
this.
remember George said to keep the economy humming and to show that we don't let the terrorists ruin
Yeah.
our American
Buy,
way of life?
buy.
Go to the mall, he said.
He needs more
Remember?
wine.
I remember that like it was yesterday.
So did you think, Richard, at the time that I don't like George Bush's policy on that because you personally are anti the culture of capitalism. He was very pro the culture of capitalism.
well, he made a speech the day after, and he said, people come up to me and say, what can we do?
Yeah.
He says, well, you
Buy.
should go shopping.
Let's go shopping. Yeah.
Can you believe it?
How'd you relate to that one? Did you shake your head at that one?
I just couldn't believe it that he was that immersed in the culture of capitalism.
So you became
My,
anti-culture,
my.
right?
I
he
don't know
really
why
is
you think you
immersed.
questioned
But
that.
you know that he was
Yeah.
born a millionaire and born into a family that liked buying lots of stuff. They bought and they had many houses around the country.
Mm-hmm.
So they were really into possessions and buying stuff and going to the mall and shopping and having the best clothes. I mean, the best clothes money-wise, like the richest clothes, the clothes that are most expensive.
Mm-hmm.
So you became kind of like anti-culture capitalism
Which
when
is
you're a teenager.
Which is
as a teenager.
altruism, yeah.
And you went altruism-wide. Have you been altruistic since your 18th birthday or around there, 20 years old or whatever?
Well, that's what I try to cultivate in myself, is altruism.
And you have to cultivate it. Don't you just feel it normally? Or?
No, because you're constantly being told
Yeah,
self-interest,
you're told self-interest. So you have to kind of.
you
so
have
the,
to fight.
The
you have to
culture is
struggle.
telling you self-interest. Ken, what are you're shaking your head and making
I didn't
faces as
shake
usual.
my head.
You're making faces
I
over
didn't do
there.
nothing. I'm listening.
Now,
Attentively.
when you say you didn't do nothing, that means you did something.
No, I didn't.
You understand that?
Didn't do a thing.
If
I'm
you say I didn't
listening
do
very
nothing-
attentively.
You're
Yes,
you're
I'm preaching to
crushing
the choir.
Yeah, you're crushing a cracker.
So, Richard, when you buy stuff in the last 40 years,
Uh-huh.
when you lease your car and you buy things, is that when you're going more for your self-interest rather than altruism?
Yes.
Wow. So sometimes you think maybe I should not lease a car. I should do some altruistic deed instead.
No, I mean, you have to be in a position where you can help other people, so you do have to look out for your self-interest.
Yeah, but what
It
about?
would be like if you had a garden
Yeah.
and you gave all the food away and didn't have any for yourself.
Right.
Then next year there'd be no
what's,
garden.
what's
'cause you'd be
the
dead.
what would be the limit? I mean, how much money do you need to be in a position where you can be altruistic? Is there like a certain sum?
Well, yeah, enough to provide for your needs. Yeah.
Because if your needs aren't taken care of, you can't
do
think.
you-
You can't think altruistically.
No. So do you nowadays try to, since your needs are taken care of, correct? So do you try to then be altruistic?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you do some kind of, do you do charity work sometimes that's like just behind the scenes, like with, or do you ever do like going to the missions and serving food? Or?
Well, I think that's one kind of altruism,
Yeah, it is.
but I have a different kind of altruism.
What's your kind?
What we're doing right now.
This is altruistic?
See, yeah.
Really?
Setting up the whole studio.
Helping all these people?
Yeah, giving them a voice.
And do you think it's kind of pathetic that these people like myself come to your house because they're so fucking pathetic? They got to come here just to show their clothes off. Well, not the guy on the left here,
Come on.
but the guy on the right. Ken, you only come here on Saturday nights because we're on video and you can show your clothes off, correct?
You're crazy. Asshole.
It's kind of crazy.
That is altruistic. You've been helping people with their narcissism for decades. Is that true?
I've been helping them with their
Insecurity and
self-expression.
narcissism.
Self-expression.
And their insecurity
I
and
like
narcissism.
that better.
Couldn't they self-express without cameras or microphones on?
I think you were doing that in the room before I yelled,
doing that.
I yelled
Right,
vagina.
you and I were talking tonight. I was in your room with you. We
you
had no cameras, and we were self-expressing with no cameras and
Yeah.
no microphones.
But we can reach more people through the media.
Right, we can reach more people through the media, which leads me to part 2 of tonight's show. How is
Yeah?
the media affecting us, Richard?
Okay.
How is the media affecting our minds? That's part 2 of tonight's show. Paul's
Well,
topic.
What the media first, I'd like to point out that there's 4 pillars upon which capitalism stands. All right. You got the insurance industry, the
Yeah.
banking industry, the investment industry,
Right,
the advertising industry,
right.
5.
and the entertainment
That's
industry.
5.
Five, that's five.
Not 4.
And a nice red uniform.
5. An entertainment industry, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So entertainment industry would be kind of like we're at the
That's-
lowest level. We're not in the industry, but we're trying to entertain.
Trying.
Well,
We're
when
not succeeding. We know that,
I wouldn't
right?
say I wouldn't say we're in the industry.
No, we're not. That's what I just said. We're not in
Yeah,
the industry.
because we're not making money
No.
out of this thing. But the entertainment industry
Is one of the 5
it
pillars.
conveys the principles of capitalism,
Oh, totally.
including
Yeah.
the self-interest thing.
It does. Yes.
Big time.
Big time.
Yeah,
So the media has affected you since you were a child, then, Richard, right? The
all
media,
of us. Yeah.
Everybody's been affected. Ken, have you been affected by the media since you were a child?
Every single,
don't know.
everything.
He said he doesn't
Everything-
know.
Don't you think
Everything
this
you
is media
read-
affected?
Everything
Well, yeah,
you
because it's
read,
Playboy magazine,
everything-
which is
Yeah.
a giant mega conglomerate.
Everything that goes
Elvis's
into one
media,
of your
yeah.
one of
Rachel
the holes
Palumbo
in your
hands
head.
is she's known in the media for her great work.
Right.
You know, she has a lot of videos on the interweb. She has CDs out, which are media. So you're being, when you
everything-
like Elvis and Rachel Palumbo, you like
it's everything that comes into your head, everything you see, everything you hear, everything.
not everything.
every-
Paula. Don't
everything.
exaggerate. It's not
Every-
everything.
well-
Because sometimes you're not dealing with the media.
Well,
not
I
every
mean, but
second.
every single thing that goes into your head becomes part of the way you think.
How did a-
So the more you watch advertisements and media, the more that's infiltrating the way you think, and it's becoming who you are.
Did the media affect your mind, Paula, that in a negative way during your life?
Yeah, I believe it has.
Like what's an example?
Sounds like you're probing.
an example.
Hi, I'm Mike Wallace, and you're watching 60 Minutes.
Especially when it comes to the way women are portrayed in media, it's affected
you
my life.
wrong, right?
It affected. I
Is
think
that
it
why you're
affects
doing
every
doing that
woman
cleavage
wrong.
thing a lot?
The cleavage
Is
thing.
that
yeah,
from the media telling you to show your cleavage off?
That was actually because
She
it was
ain't
the
showing
only.
cleavage.
It was the
No,
only.
recently.
It was the
Oh.
only black shirt I had.
But you did all those photos with the cleavage showing.
I didn't
Where at?
realize.
Where?
I went to an awards banquet
When? Where? When?
last night.
In America, Ken. Guess.
Yeah.
Did you get any pictures to show?
Yes, she has photos, yes.
jeez.
Where are
Pull
they?
them out.
I should have brought
Where are
them.
they?
God, I didn't know there
Can
would be
you-
so much interest.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, the way
building
you-
it up.
carrying on here.
Yeah. Well, it was a lot of cleavage.
There was a lot of cleavage.
And that's,
lot of
and that's because the
cleavage.
media has told you
be-
women have to be represented as objects.
No, but
and-
the problem is that most women have a very bad self-image because of the way women are portrayed in the media,
that brings me to another topic, Paula.
Uh-oh.
which is
Well, another question, I
Vaginas?
should say.
No,
It's not
which
another
is-
topic, it's another question. Richard, do you think that men represented in American media make you feel good about yourself, for instance, or Ken feels good about himself because he's a man? Because women, you hear this a lot from women saying, oh, well, it gives us a bad image about ourselves. What about the men?
Were you talking about feeling good about?
I am, yeah.
I mean, that doesn't
you ever-
really
did you-
register with me.
No, you never felt good?
well, no, I mean,
Trying to
it's-
think of a movie where I saw a character and I said, that character makes me feel good about myself.
Never.
Well, the thing is, I think even with men, I mean, the way men are portrayed in the media, it can belittle. I mean, an individual can't be an individual unless you're the Marlboro Man, right?
No, I feel like an individual without being the Marlboro Man. I feel like being Mike Wallace is good enough.
Someone came up to Sean Connery once
Yeah.
and said, "You're you're my favorite actor of all time.
Right.
How much of you in real life is like James Bond?" They actually said that to him. And he said, none.
Right. He's
He
acting.
said, James Bond, in all
Cut me off.
circumstances he's in,
Cut you off?
knows what to do. In all circumstances I'm in, I don't know what to do.
all of them. He seemed pretty unconfident there for a
Scripted.
James Bond. I mean, from someone who plays James Bond.
Well, I mean, the fact is there's a script
Right.
that James Bond is
Yeah.
following.
but
Right.
the thing is,
See?
he was a very successful, rich superstar. He felt like he never knew what to do in any
Because
situation.
he lives in a world without certainty.
Wow. Is that what reality is? A world without certainty?
Exactly, like we discussed
So
last week.
So there's no certainty in life? Oh, wow. Paul, is there certainty in life?
No.
Now, I'm going to guess that, Ken, there is certainty in life. Isn't that true? There's not only a hole in life, but there's certainty. Is that true?
Is there
No.
anything you can be certain
What do you mean
about?
you're certain
No.
that, about the Holy Ghost and Jesus and God? That's certain.
Oh, Russell. Want Russell to sit down?
Yeah, go
I'll get
ahead,
him a headset.
Sit down, Russell.
Come on and join the show.
What was that?
Nothing.
Your problem
Oh,
with
she's
Russell?
already left.
I was.
Nina's really got to go home.
Oh, okay,
Oh.
all right.
Her back is not.
Well,
feeling so
come
good.
back and be with us one day,
I will.
one Saturday.
We'd like to have you sit in and discuss what is for certain.
Capitalism.
I can really talk about Jesus.
You really talk about Jesus? Okay, go ahead and talk about Jesus, Russell.
You know that
I'll
he
say
knows-
whatever you're
No,
saying.
I got to take out
All right.
home.
Oh.
Bye.
I'm making a recording.
Okay,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pick it up.
Thank you, Jesus. Thank you,
okay.
Lord.
And you got to send me your text.
Hi, I'm Mike Wallace, and you're watching
text is upstairs.
Interruption
Okay.
on 60
Okay.
Minutes.
Bye, Lynn.
Thank
Bye.
you, Russell. Bye, Eileen. And so you all think that, oh, yeah, so back to you. Yeah, so the certainty with God, that's one certainty, right? Anything else besides God and the devil and all that religious crap?
And the deep blue sea.
And the deep blue sea? Anything else certain? Michael, certainty in life?
Certainty in life?
Yes. Is there any? Have you been affected by the media? Forget about the certainty of that. We know there's no certainty.
Well, it was interesting that Richard brought up James Bond movies because that's one of probably one.
Are you hearing
As
the
I
sounds?
recall, I developed a desire to have a sporty car because of the James Bond movies that I watched.
Wow.
I wanted to be James Bond.
Did
I
you
wanted
get a
to be a
sporty
spy.
car?
I have a sporty car now. That's
Wow.
a result
So that's
of
basically
that's a result of what happened to me from watching
from the
James
media.
Bond movies.
Yeah. And what would you not? What would you have if you didn't see that? Like have a horse and buggy, or
I probably have a Yugo.
yeah. I mean, Richard, did your car choice, the car you lease, is that affected by what the commercials you see?
Shit.
Why do you buy that certain car then? Why do you lease that certain car then?
Utilitarianism.
Oh, utilitarianism.
Oh, you're
yeah. You're into that
you're a
utilitarianism.
utilitarianist.
You like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was
Yeah.
a universal
Paul, you ever been
utilitarian.
into
Yes,
utilitarianism?
That's why I got the car I got.
The Fit. The
Yeah.
Honda Fit's for you.
I researched that baby.
Ken's having a good time. He must be
Sorry.
drunk. Are you drunk, Ken?
Listening to
What'd you say, Michael?
I was talking about Richard's religious choice.
What is his religious choice?
Universal utilitarianism.
Oh, universal utilitarianism.
That would be
That
a
is
good
his
choice.
choice.
Of a
Oh, you tried to
religion.
say it.
That's the church he goes to.
You tried to say it.
I did just try to say it.
Possible.
That's funny. Yeah. Ken's drunk because he's having a good time.
Because I am. He's
I'm
not even
drinking
drinking.
water.
How you feel?
douchebag.
Well, I only had this much wine. So it's
They
not
were
that
in little
much.
tiny glasses.
I'd be pretty tipsy if I had that much wine.
Well, really? What I just had?
Really?
Do I seem tipsy?
No, you don't.
No.
No, because I eat cookies every day.
It fortifies you.
Eating cookies fortifies
It's absorbing it.
absorbs the wine.
But you know, there is a gas station near here, and the owner has a custom car. And I drive by it whenever I go to the supermarket.
Yeah.
And I think, look at that car. How much utilitarianism is involved in that car?
Not much.
Yeah, I was
Flash.
thinking, you know, like
Flash, yeah.
Yeah,
That's what it
it's
is.
all
'Cause of the
it's-
media.
It's all like concept, practically.
Or-
It's all the hype
Yeah.
of the media.
But it's very true. I mean, that's it. And I'm a
Very true.
I'm a victim of that.
You are a
because
victim.
I recognize
Of
it.
many things.
But but
This is Mike Wallace. We're going to talk to Michael Snyder about you're a victim of
a
many
victim.
things.
I'm a victim
You
of
can't get
many.
away. You can't get away of being a
but
victim.
it's true. And look at what the car cost me.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Okay.
It's not utilitarianism.
Because I wanted the
No.
Flash. I wanted
or
the-
Green Lantern. That's what I was
I know,
channeling you.
I know.
was channeling you because
I
you
know.
always do that. You throw in or Green Lantern. I thought I'd channel you
He's
for a
learning.
second.
He's
yeah,
learning.
I'm learning about you. I'm growing. What about
but
Richard?
it's
Has
true.
the media ever affected you positively in your life? Have you been affected positively by the media?
Not the corporate media, no.
What? Just by underground media?
Alternative media.
Is that
affects me a lot.
Is alternative and underground different? Wait a minute. Is alternative different than underground?
I don't know.
Okay, so
I mean, you know,
underground
define
media has
underground.
Yeah, I don't.
Define
I
alternative.
can't
What is
think
the
of
underground
a.
media?
define alternative.
Well, would
What's an
porn be
example?
underground media?
I don't know.
No,
I don't use that term.
That's the most mainstream thing going, Paul. Don't you think about media? There's
I-
the top thing in
Now
media
we're
in
talking
America
porn.
is pornography, right, Ken?
Yeah, now we're talking porn.
Oh no.
So that's affected you positively,
He's an
Ken.
expert.
Ken, are you an expert on pornography?
Sandwich porn.
Spencer is, but I'm not.
Don't be saying your friend's an expert on pornography on video. That's crazy.
Why? He's not here.
No,
I saw him
because
the
it's on
other day.
video. Would he be sad?
It's not like he's going to watch it.
Yeah, he's not going to watch it. Right? He'll
That's
never hear
true.
about it. No, you can say whatever you want. Go say some horrible things about him. He's never going to watch it. So only the underground. I mean, alternative. I'm sorry. Only the alternative media has affected you positively.
Mm-hmm.
And what's an example like that? Like that damn vagina photo of the performance stars you put on Facebook. Did that affect you positively?
Yeah.
How did it affect you positively? Facebook was going to take it
It
down.
inspired him.
It inspired you, that vagina?
Oh, yeah.
How so?
Because it showed to me the way people react to different types of representation versus the reality.
What?
Exactly.
I'm sorry. Can you repeat that?
Well, a famous painter, he painted a painting of a vagina. So that's a
right.
representation, correct?
That's right,
A
says
painting.
Ken. A
Right.
painting, right.
Right.
And then a woman came and sat in front of the painting and lifted up her dress.
Did the
Now that's a
same thing.
reality, right?
That's the reality.
And then a
Yeah.
photographer, he photographed her lifting up her dress.
Yeah.
But when the photograph made it to the American mainstream corporate media, they put a black dot
They did.
in front of her vagina.
Those fucks.
So in other words, it's sending us a message about reality versus representation and how you have to alter representation for it to be acceptable.
Yeah. That inspired you?
Yeah.
I'm still missing the
And they
inspiration.
arrested
What's
her.
the-
I just gave you the
what's the-
inspiration.
That
It
inspired you
made
that-
him think.
It made me develop a critique as to what's going on in this network of ideas in which I live.
And they arrested her.
Yeah.
bitch you were about to say.
It was the same thing. It was a painting, and she just did what was in the painting. What was the difference? You could
Right.
look at a.
They weren't taking the
you could
painting
look at
down.
a painting.
Yeah, they weren't taking the painting down, Ken.
Fucking
They weren't
assholes.
stopping the museum from showing the painting. But then if she
Assholes.
sat in front of
And
it
then
represented-
Facebook wants to have a problem with it. Dude, who the fuck?
someone
They
complained.
ain't no fucking better.
But a person complained, though.
Fuck them. Take
Fuck-
them off of Facebook.
Fuck the person who complained.
Yeah, get rid of them.
So Facebook should take down the complainers.
There you go.
So you believe in freedom of speech.
Fucking idiot.
You believe in freedom of speech then?
Yeah.
So no censorship. What about snuff films?
Where do you come up with these questions,
I'm saying-
anyways?
I'm Mike Wallace of 60 Minutes. That's
No,
my
you're
job.
not, Mike Wallace.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
Well, you could answer him by saying snuff films violates the freedom of women to feel safe.
Try to
There
say
you
that,
go.
Ken.
There
Go
you
ahead.
go.
Say
He
that,
said
though.
it. He
Let's hear
already
you
said
say it.
I told him what to say. He said it.
Oh my God! Because
I had to
You're
consult
his-
with my client.
Your
Yeah.
spokesperson.
I have no
Well,
opinion on that.
I think the important thing I learned tonight, as Mike Wells, investigative reporter, is I've been friends with Richard Wickett for 25 years. He didn't know I liked the whole NFL. He thought he thinks I just like the fancy fucking uniforms, and I thought I made that clear by mentioning the whole fucking NFL for 25 fucking years, but he missed that.
Yeah, I was wondering when that was going to be turned
He missed
in.
that. It didn't happen. He didn't. Richard, I'm sorry you missed that. He missed it.